Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today's video we're going to be looking at John Squire, first Stone Roses album. There's a few other songs later on which I feel like some of these sound work well for, but I've had to do my homework on this one because to give you a little sort of history, my history with Stone Roses. Born in '82, by the time Britpop hit, so '92 I was 10. And at that point I was listening to Guns N' Roses or Nirvana, and then when the Britpop scene came along, I then got into Oasis and Shed 7, Ocean Colour scene, and I'd missed out on the Stone Roses. So I was so busy at that point catching up with a lot of the newer bands, I missed out on the Stone Roses, and I got into them a lot later on. So when it comes to like Oasis, Ocean Colour scene, Paul Weller, those guitar sounds and that, and riffs and stuff, I know like the back of my hand, I feel. But with John Squire, I feel like I've got a little bit of imposter syndrome almost with it. And there's so many other great players out there that can do John Squire well, but I'm going to give it a go today. There's a guy, a guitar player from a band called Afflecks Palace, really worth checking out. You can hear they're heavily influenced by the Roses. And I believe the guitar player, or it might be the whole band, that do a Stone Roses tribute. And I want to try and stick Dan's a clip of his YouTube channel where he's teaching you how to play Shoot You Down, because it's where I've learnt the riff from. I quickly YouTubed it and found his page, and really good guitar player. So that's Dan from Afflecks Palace. Thank you very much for the lesson online. It's about 10 years old, but it's worth checking out. So I've done a little bit of research just from googling it with John Squire, and I know obviously some of the guitars I do know, but I didn't know the exact name of them. So he, John Squire flits between, he's got like a great country gentleman, Hofner T4S, he's got a pink Stratocaster, he's got a really nice telly with a couple of humbuckers I've seen, obviously his Les Pauls, various Strats he's got. I mean, amps wise, for the Roses stuff, I've seen him with Fender Twins, Mesa Boogies, and then pedals. This is what I've got from mainly online and from what I've seen on videos. Is a Fuzz Face, TS9's Tube Screamer, Wah Wah. I've seen him with a Buddy Guy Wah, Flanger, Chorus, particularly, if I said that word right, an Ibanez chorus. Now I haven't got an Ibanez chorus, but I would really like one, because I think the Ibanez chorus is different to the Boss chorus and it has its own unique thing. I think if you've got one, let me know. Reverb and delay. Now I've seen him with a full tone tape echo, which one of the last time they got together, I could see him mucking around with it on the end of Fool's Gold, just making some noises. But the pedals I've got today for that sound, because I don't feel the need for any delay or echo when it comes to John Squire, especially with the Roses stuff and the songs that I've picked at least. The signal path is my Strat. I've got a wah wah on the floor, tuner, fuzz, overdrive, chorus, flanger, reverb, and then into my blues breaker. As I say, I don't feel like I've 100% nailed this sound, but if I was gigging with a band and I was going to be playing some Stone Roses stuff, this might be what I'd use to get similar sounds. So without anything on, right, just the guitar and the amp, it's very clean. I'm on the neck pickup. Now I'll put the Nobles on. It's very light overdrive. It's turning the amp down a bit as well. Yeah, very light overdrive. The other main thing for me playing most of this stuff is I'm going to stick on a reverb, and I've got it on a Hall setting. So first song I'm going to start with is Shoot You Down, which is probably my favourite Stone Roses song. So I'm going to play it dry, just guitar, a little bit of overdrive and reverb, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the same song with chorus and how I'm using the flanger as well. I feel like the flanger is more like what he'd have had, but the chorus works as well. It's kind of, he's always got like a bit of a modulation effect going on. So check it out when I put the flanger on. This is now the settings on this. The manual's on around around 10 o'clock. The depth is on 10 o'clock. Rate's on about roughly 1-ish, and then the resonant I've actually got it off, and that's my BF2 flanger. I've got that picked up second hand a few years ago, about 50 quid it was. But this is it with this now. It's a bit loud. It's old, so it's a little bit noisy, but it's an old pedal. So the same song now, ready? Sorry. So that's the flanger. Now with the chorus, see if you can hear a difference. So yeah, I mean both sound pretty close to me. I would really like to try the Ibanez chorus, because I do think that's kind of almost I don't know if that's a special ingredient to his sound, especially on the early Stone Roses stuff. And that's really that for that song really for me. It'll either be the chorus or the flanger, and to a certain degree I can't really decide. I think the flanger sounds more like it, but so the other song I'll try right is then again Fool's Gold, and again you could play this dry. I mean, when I used to play this in the band, if we had the right drummer, I think I used to play it quite dry, so it was just guitar, bit of overdrive, reverb, and it would be like with the wah-wah. Cool. So then if we put on the flanger, right, I'll play the same parts of the riff. That's with the flanger on. The other thing that I find really hard, especially when I used to sing and play in my band, was getting the rhythm right on the wah, because it's almost the other way. Where you'd normally go, oh, it's really hard. It's almost like when I play it on the wah, it's almost like it's not about the foot going forward, it's more to do with the foot going back. I don't know if that makes any sense. Especially when you're playing with a drummer, because it was like with a drum beat, and that's how that goes. So now I'll try the same riff with the chorus now. See what you think. mean, for me, I think I actually prefer it with the flanger, like. Yeah, that's how I play that at least anyway. I say you can get away with doing it without anything. I was watching a more recent, when they got back together last time, a version of them doing, what was it, Waterfall. And you know, I don't know if I'm overthinking the sound sometimes, because sometimes I hear his sound and it sounds like there's nothing on it, just like a bit of reverb or not even that, mate. It just sounds normal, and I don't know if I'm overthinking it. But then when you put with this song, right, I find if I put a bit of a little bit of fuzz, and then the flanger, and turn it down, don't have it full whack on your guitar, turn it down a little bit. So let me turn the fuzz off and the flanger. Turn that back on. I'll try it with the chorus pedal, right? I mean, you know, if you're at a gig, I don't think anyone's really going to notice, of course, but I mean, I kind of think I prefer the flanger, but that doesn't sound crap at all, man. And I think the fuzz works. It gives it almost a bit more, I don't think, like it's pushing the mids a little bit almost. So he's got a, what they call it, a fuzz face he uses. And I do believe a lot of the time that fuzz face is probably always on to a certain degree. But then also, I think why the flanger works as well is when if I was to bring the volume right up for the ending, right, so. That's why I think the fuzz works really well. Moving a bit more into the future, right? When I have the fuzz going into overdrive, if you've got overdrive in your amp, you can always use that, right? But for me, I'm going fuzz into overdrive, then flanger, then reverb. You can also do, in my viewpoint, that sounds like it's like the same sound to me. I've gone to the middle pickup on that one for that song as well, which I think sounds like he's using that, but I could be wrong. Which is really interesting as well. And then if I go to the bridge pickup, I don't know if I should keep the same sound for this maybe. There was that... I don't know if he had that on though. Don't know. Which is obviously, what was that? All for One, which I thought was a brilliant single, that. But with the flanger on again. I don't know if I'm playing that riff right, but yeah. that's it for me really with John Squire sound. That's kind of what that's my conclusion at least anyway. I mean, maybe the Ibanez fuzz, not Ibanez fuzz, the Ibanez chorus. I wonder if the Ibanez chorus is a little bit of cross between the flanger and the chorus, maybe a little bit. I want to get one. You can get like a mini one, and I would really like to try one out to see if it does the Stone Roses sound better. That's how I get my Stone Roses sound at least anyway. As I say, I was a bit worried about doing a video today because I felt a little bit out of my depth with John Squire because he's such a great guitar player, and his sound isn't just a straightforward sound, you know. It's always got a bit of modulation going on. There's always a little bit of fuzz, and he gets some really great sounds. And also, he's got so many great guitars as well. As I say, you got the. I mean, what I normally see him with nowadays is either a Talia Strat, a Les Paul. I mean, that's what comes out of my head when I think of John Squire, at least anyway. Yeah, I think that's about it really. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Do you think the chorus works better? The flanger works better? Please let me know in the comments what you think works best or what you prefer. Do you think the fuzz works? Tell me where I've got it wrong. Am I using too little of something or too much of something? I don't know. To me it sounds pretty close, as a generalisation that is. Bearing in mind these are all my just my own personal viewpoints of how I would get the sounds of John Squire from Stone Roses. As I say, go and check out Dan from Afflecks Palace's, I think it's Total Stone Roses. I'll leave the link in the description. Couple of little updates though. Where I've got so many watch hours now, and some of you lovely subscribers have supported the channel, I've now got a bunch of links in my bio, and one of them's like buy me a coffee. So if you want to support me and support the channel, you don't have to, but if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do so now. I've got a link in my bio. There's also links in my bio for my Spotify, my iTunes, Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. So, you know, a few of you have already got in touch via those other platforms, which I really appreciate. And also, I've now got a members area or membership thing you can do, and there's super fans as well. And I'll be brutally honest with you, I don't really know what I'm doing with it because I'm still quite new to this YouTube thing. I mean, I've been on YouTube for years, but since doing that first video, I mean, I don't know what it was, 3-4 weeks ago or whatever it was, with like Oasis, Paul Weller and Ocean Colour Scene, the channel's really taken off better than I expected, to be honest with you, and I really enjoy bringing you all this content. I hope you're enjoying it, hope you're getting something out of it, and thanks to all of you for the lovely comments. I say you always get like the odd 1% of sort of trolls and just people being horrible, which is, you know, water off a duck's back and all that. But to all of you that are lovely, just supportive of what I do, I really, really appreciate it. I kind of look at myself as, you know, a bit of an average Joe guitar player. You know, I've got a full-time job and all that. I mean, I'd love for this to kick off, and, you know, if I could make money out of YouTube and doing music and growing the channel and growing my page and, you know, getting a better camera, getting some mics and doing it more professionally, I'd love to do that. But for now, yeah, if you could support us by buying us a coffee or whatever, that would be much appreciated. But if you don't worry, I just appreciate you all watching and, yeah, just being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, something else as well. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And I'm looking forward to bringing you more content, and I'm going to stop rambling on. Thanks very much. Take it all easy, guys. Thank you.